gentlemen, back again with another video. So it's been, I think like a week since I posted my last video. I've been super busy with work, but yeah, you know, in this one I'm going to talk about how semen retention really kind of separates you from everyone around you, makes you different, makes you more special and unique, and the qualities that come along with that. So the reason that I say this is currently where I'm at, and basically where I've been my entire life, is I've been with average people. I've worked with average people. I've been around average people. Really nobody exceptional in my life comes around. And, you know, that all comes down to my wavelength, the frequency that I'm on. That's the reason that I end up here. So I was talking with a guy that I'm working with last night who thinks he's very special, has this kind of, he's Gen Z, so he has this kind of narcissistic idea of himself. And I worked with him a couple years ago, and I asked him last night, I said, have you noticed that everywhere you go, you think that you're around below average losers and you're above them? And I said, that's what everyone there thinks. Everyone in that room is a below average loser. It's an average person, right? And a loser. In my mind, average is being a loser. And they all think they're better. They're not. None of them are actually admitting the truth and looking around and saying, I'm completely average. And so for me, I do that, right? It's why people say I need to lighten up. People say I need to loosen up, have a little more fun, smile a little more, this and that, blah, 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 right? That's why I end up there, because I admit the truth that when I go to this office, there's one guy there. One guy who's rich. Everyone else is poor. 25 people in there, one person is rich. One person has reached a level of success that I want to get to. Everyone else, some of them might have personal characteristics and traits that I like, that I admire, but they haven't done anything with it, right? It's just a natural trait that they have. They didn't work to become special like this guy did. He's worked to become special. He's worked to become unique. And so semen retention gives you that inner uniqueness, that inner ability to be special. So my manager took out a few people. They had won a competition that was going on before I came into the office, and he really liked sushi. Can't believe it. So he took everyone out to get sushi, and they're all eating this sushi, and he said in front of them, you know, Nick is my favorite person that's ever come into the office. And then he said, out of everyone that's come into the office, Nick is the only person that I've known for sure is going to get promoted into management. Everyone else was a big maybe, but I knew when I met Nick that he was going to get promoted. He had no doubt in his mind. Now, I can guarantee you that I'm the only man that's walked in there retaining and admitting that I'm a loser. So I have a certain energy. I'm in tune with a certain frequency that's strong. You know, it's masculine, so it's deserving of respect. But it's an extremely dissatisfied energy as well. I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy. Right? I'm not where I want to be. My hometown is being overrun with immigration. The demographics are changing. The crime rate is going up. The Walmart down the street from the home I grew up in has beard trimmers locked behind glass. I walked into that Walmart to get some beard trimmers. It was the first time I had been in that Walmart for years, and these beard trimmers were locked behind glass. And before I saw that, when I walked in, I was looking around and I said, oh, the demographics have changed. Right? And then I saw those beard trimmers, and I said, oh, of course. Of course they're locked behind glass now. And there was a bunch of stuff locked behind glass. And my hometown was never that way. My hometown was a wholesome place. A small little country town in Tennessee. A quiet town. Now it's a bustling city with crime running rampant. One of the fastest growing towns in the nation for many years. So, there's a bunch of, to me, foreigners coming in. You know, even if they're Americans, they're foreigners to the town. And they're changing the town. Changing the vibes. Raising the crime rate. Stealing from the Walmart. So, they do this. Sorry, guys. It's New York drivers. Yeah, so I want to move my parents out, right? Because my mother has said she never goes to that Walmart anymore. She hates that Walmart because she doesn't feel safe. And she's even said that she doesn't really feel safe almost anywhere she goes in my hometown now, right? And white people are becoming the minority. And, you know, that might offend some people, but everyone knows, they don't want to admit it, people feel safe when they're surrounded by white people. Even black people, they might get uncomfortable, but they know that they're pretty physically safe. Like, it's a pretty safe environment. This is why they want to move into the towns and the neighborhoods. White people. Because it's safe. So that's what they've done to my hometown, and I want to move my parents out. I want to pay off the home and get my parents the fuck out of there. Our home is worth a lot of money right now because of the growth and the location of it, and we're sitting on some land. We've got some good property, and eventually they're going to change the city limits, and they're going to put my home into the city. Right now it's still in the county, but it's going to be rezoned, and it's going to be a part of the city. And when that time comes, unfortunately, you can't avoid the progress. I'm going to say, Mom, Dad, we need to sell this to a business owner. We need to sell all this land for commercial property. So, I want to pay for that. I want to pay the home off, facilitate the sale of the home, and move my parents further out of town. Move them more into the country, into a retirement home. Not like for old folks, just their home for retirement. My mother's retiring at the end of the year. And give them a home that they can die in. That's in the country, that's safe. You know, I want them to have to take a 20, 30-minute drive to get to the grocery store. That would be okay with me. And my parents would enjoy that. They need that. They need that slowdown. Have a little bit of land, a little bit of property, so they have things to do and stuff to stay busy and take care of. But get them a little bit further out of the city. So I've gone on a tangent there. But the point is my uniqueness from retaining has set me apart. I've been marked. My manager can see it. He can see the thing inside of me. Right? So this guy that I'm living with, that I was having this conversation with about being an average loser, he's keeps getting put in a store. The last 2 days, he got put in a store that's in the country out here in New York, and it's not a very busy store. Nobody likes to go there. It's kind of the punishment store. That's where you go when you're not doing well. Now, if you're doing really bad, you don't even get put on the schedule. You don't get to work every day. Right? I get 1 day off a week. If you're really bad at your job, you get 3 or 4 days off a week. It becomes a part-time job instead of full-time. So this guy is on the cusp of being moved into part-time. He's getting put in the worst store to be in. Right? And I've been put in 2 days ago the best store to be in. And then I got put in another good store yesterday, and today I'm back in the best store to be in. Because my manager can tell that I'm dissatisfied. He knows. He had a whole meeting with us and talked about how he knew that some of us were going to do well because some of us had our backs against the wall, and he knew that we were going to fight. And when he was saying that, I knew he was talking about me because I was the only person in the office that didn't smile, didn't crack jokes. I didn't start dancing when music played. I was pissed off. Still pissed off every single day. I'm focused. And that's what semen retention has given to me, is this extreme level of focus and this extreme level of dissatisfaction to know that I'm better, to know that I deserve more, to have higher standards for myself. The guy that I'm living with was living in a tent, homeless. And that's what I was getting ready to do. And I was saying, no, we have to get in a hotel. We have to finesse this manager and get him to pay for a hotel for us. We can do that. It's possible. And that's exactly what we've done. And it's because we're earning enough that we're paying for the hotel. The money he makes off of us, off of me alone, pays for the hotel. And he profits off of me. Right? So he's perfectly willing to pay for the hotel. I mean, the guy is making a ton of money, guys. We're talking like $20K a week. He's making so much money, you wouldn't even believe it. So we got out of the campsite, out of the tents, and this guy was virtue signaling to me, spiritual fagging, that he's okay. He's happy in the tent. As long as he's still happy, as long as everything's good, right? And I'm complaining, and I'm in a bad mood about it. And I told him last night, I said, yeah, well, you do what everyone else does, what average people do. They lower their standards to match their circumstances instead of raising their circumstances to match their standards. That's the difference between him and I. But this guy sits around and jacks off every single day. Fails, doesn't reach success. And so he lowers his standards and says, you know what, I'm okay with being homeless and sleeping in a tent. Look, man, I get it. I get the idea behind it of having gratitude, and being okay with your situation. At least you're alive. But damn it, dude, I don't want to just survive. I'm not supposed to just survive. I'm a human, not an animal. I'm supposed to get ahead and thrive. I'm supposed to be able to use my brain and my consciousness to create things to make the world a better place. But if I'm constantly stuck in survival, barely getting by, I'm an animal. I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be that guy. So, semen retention has given me that edge that makes me unique, that makes me stick out in the office. Everyone thinks that I'm unique. Everyone in there thinks that I'm special. And they've seen my work ethic. They've seen how I work. They've seen me perform. Right, I got 4th place in the office last week. I've had a bad week this week. Haven't really been able to sell much. Haven't really been able to perform. I was super busy putting out fires for other people 2 days ago. I lost a deal because of technical difficulties. I lost a deal yesterday because of technical difficulties. I'm in the middle of the deal. I've already got a yes from the people. I'm signing them up. All right, so I've had some issues. But I still come into the office the same way every day. I still have to move forward. I still have to perform. I still have to make money. I've made $0 over the last 3 days. Oh yeah, I'm getting my hourly wage of $15.50 an hour. But that's not what I'm worth. And that's not what I want. I want my commission. I want $1,000 a day. I want $500 to $1,000 a day. That's what I want. That's a good start for me. That'll get me into management. So, many men are walking around through life. Many of you guys are watching this video right now, jerking off, being average, being normal. Nothing special, nothing unique. But you know deep down inside that you are unique and you are special. And you get frustrated because you want to express that, but nobody gives you the proper respect. You never have the proper status that you want, that comes with someone who is special, who is unique. You never get that. A big reason for it is because you're jerking off. You have no sexual control as a man. Your mind is constantly occupied with sex. Lower energy, lower vibration, right? Your thoughts and emotions around sex and lust are low energy, low vibration thoughts and emotions. If you can pull your brain out of your sexuality, if you can think with your big head instead of your little head, all of your sexuality begins to turn into work, love, discipline, honor, respect, all these different things. Right? My roommate read a Bible verse to me where it said something about like show your brother love, show brotherly love, and outcompete each other for honor. In honoring each other, right? Have a competition to see who can honor the other man more. And so I was out of food. He split about 1.5 pounds of ground beef with me. And so the next day, I bought us some grass-fed ribeyes. They're $29 a pound. He said that he saw the label and that it was like $45 for what I purchased. He never said thank you. I thanked him for the ground beef. I didn't need it. I had money. I could buy my own food. I just didn't have food in that moment. And I made sure to thank him and show my respects. And he never said thank you for those ribeyes. And he doesn't have to. I'm not looking for a thank you. But then he turns around and reads that Bible verse to me. Right? The guy who's jerking off all the time. Can't even see this stuff. I see it constantly when I speak with him. I think this is a woman. I'm talking to a female all the time. So he's living in a narcissistic fantasy that, well, it's where many people live, right? That they're special, they're unique, right? You are special and unique deep down within you. But you have to work to express that. You have to discipline yourself to express that. You're not going to be treated as special and unique as a man. Women get treated as special and unique just for who they are. As a man, you have to prove that you're special and unique to everyone. And semen retention gives you that chip on your shoulder. When people disrespect you, you start getting pissed off. When you don't have the status that you want, you get pissed off. And you start working to get it. Most men relieve the pressure they smoke weed, they jerk off. Completely average, complete losers. Average back in the 50s was like solid. It was like a genuine average. Average today means that you're a loser. You're an NPC. And I guarantee, because I'm an average loser, everyone watching this video is an average loser. Trying to get out of it. At least we're trying to get out of it. You know, that's a good thing. So get pissed off. Let that chip be on your shoulder. Don't be happy. Don't be satisfied. Don't listen to other people when they tell you to relax. You relax within yourself. But work. Discipline yourself. Alright, gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like the video. Comment what you think. And subscribe to the channel. Have a good one.